As someone who's blogged and written for many years now, what have been your major progressions or milestones as a writer?
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome question. When I started the site, I was mainly doing it for my friends and my family. You know, people who I knew, who I'd gone to school with, who had moved out of town. You know, it's just an easy way to sort of keep up. So gradually, and I'm not even entirely sure how this happened, but there were some larger blogs that I had really read. Sites like The Modern Age, which was about rock music and the White Stripes and the whole kind of early band explosion of the New York City scene, like the Strokes and the AAS in the early part of the 2000s.
Sure.
She had a great site. There was a blog called Ultra Girl written by one of my friends, Sarah Lewitton, who also wrote for Spin Magazine. These were some of the kind of larger bloggers at that point in time. So I would occasionally email them stories that I had done, and over the course of a couple of years, it went from, you know, just sort of a handful of family and friends reading it to people in other states and ultimately other countries kind of picking it up. So, you know, the first time that I got linked to by this girl, Miss Modern Age, was like a really big sort of career progression to me. Like, people outside of my friends were reading me, and that brought a whole bunch of new readers into the fold. And so that was a really important milestone for me. A film critic for Premiere Magazine, a gentleman named Glenn Kenny, wrote about me in Premiere Magazine. I want to say that was probably 2004, so that was a really big progression to actually see your name in print. In early 2005, I came out to New York City, and I met with VH1 about a potential opportunity to be on a new show they were starting called Best Week Ever. That was a really big validation for me that you know, people enjoyed my writing and enjoyed my perspective and enjoyed my take. That was a great thing. And my first paying gig as a writer was really phenomenal for me too. I worked on the 2006 MTV Video Music Awards, putting together bits and writing sketches for performers. And so that was the first time that I ever got paid to write, and that was obviously a huge move for me as well.